Hello everyone, welcome to our channel, The Enchanted Luxury Studio, where we talk about wealth and luxury. Ten lessons rich parents teach their kids that the poor usually don't. Living a wealthy life requires a special kind of financial knowledge, which children from rich families acquire earlier than others. And it all boils down to parenting. In this video, we're looking at what the rich do differently in terms of parenting to ensure their children have a better chance at long-term life success, something that doesn't usually take place in a poor household. Here we go. Number 1. Understanding the value of money. It is usually a priority of wealthy parents to discuss the value and importance of money in their family as soon as possible. By doing so, children will develop an understanding of the concept of value in exchange for services at an early age. As they learn about household expenses and are exposed to real-world situations, they quickly discover that earning money is a lot harder than it appears. In contrast, the poor rarely speak about money at home, as it's often a secret how much money their parents earn or how that money is spent. When the parents argue about not having enough money, that is the only time kids from poor households get to hear about it. As a result, the entire conversation will be associated with all kinds of negative emotions. Number 2. Investing in yourself is the best investment. Families with low incomes tend to live in a minimalistic lifestyle, and spending beyond what they need to survive is often considered excessive. Therefore, parents in poor households would teach their kids to not spend on additional courses that tend to improve their knowledge and skills. On the other hand, kids from wealthy families are taught to take advantage of any opportunity that could further their wisdom about money making, and they are most likely to do so. Rich parents let their kids be aware of how knowledge could generate money in the long run, and the dollars you invest for it will all be worth what you gain. Number 3. Patience and postponing needs. You've probably heard of the marshmallow study that had kids sitting in a room with a marshmallow in front of them and testing whether they could postpone eating it. They were told they would get a second one if the marshmallow was still in front of them when a grown-up returned. Follow-up studies showed that the kids who managed to distract themselves and control the impulse to eat the fluffy sweet were more successful later in life. This simply demonstrates that postponing your needs and controlling your urges are important skills to master. And this is something most rich parents teach their kids. Sacrificing your immediate desire to gain more benefits and rewards is one of the secrets to why people become rich. But how do parents teach their kids that? Well, they are well underway in letting them manage their own money. First, they have to be taught to let some things go in order to get what they really want. Number 4. The difference between asset and liability. Poor people never know the difference between a good or bad purchase. They spend their money as soon as they get it, and that's how they keep themselves poor. Let us put it this way. An asset makes you money, while a liability costs you money. The problem is that poor people have no idea what constitutes a liability. Both the car you drive to the store and the house where you live are the perfect example of liabilities. These things don't make you any kind of income, yet you have to spend money on them to keep them working. The same can be said for the brand new phone you're using, the luxury bag you bring to work, the flat screen TV that you spend hours and hours watching, and everything else you bought without thinking. While the poor tend to subscribe more to liabilities, the wealthy spend all their time and money accumulating additional assets. They purchase rent-generating apartments, they buy a portion of a profitable firm, and more ideas that ensure the flow of cash to their pockets. Number 5. How to make money work for you. In many cases, Poor people do not dwell on investments because they think that investing requires big sums of money. And without having that, there's no point in investing at all. While the poor hold on to that belief, the wealthy are constantly looking for new methods to increase their passive income. Because it's never about the amount of money you initially have. Nowadays, you can put up a business for less than $100 if you know what you're doing, or for free if you're prepared to put in the effort. As soon as you have enough revenue, use it to hire someone to undertake the tasks you used to do in order to keep the business functioning while you concentrate on other things. Keep in mind that the centerpiece of how to get rich is you have to make money work for you, and not the other way around. Go ahead and get your favorite beverage and popcorn. Subscribe to our channel, turn on notifications, hit it. Number 6. Money gives freedom but not dominance. Society forwards the idea that rich people are often arrogant, rude, and so full of themselves because they know they have won in life. However, it might come as a shocker that most of the humble and kindest people you will meet are those who belong to the upper class sector. Although, we're not rejecting the fact that there are a few of their kind who demonstrate bad attitude, particularly those who became wealthy overnight without exerting significant work for their money. But people who have achieved success through hard labor understand the genuine worth of human emotions, wants, and desires. Thus, they teach their children of the same values they held on to while paving their way up in the ladder. Number 7. Producing innovative outputs is the fastest way to become rich. The basic difference between getting paid and getting rich is a concept that wealthy parents are quick to tell their kids. Poor people are often compensated to perform something that someone else needs done, like delivering the newspaper, washing the car, answering the phone, and other single activity jobs that laborers usually apply for. Jobs where you basically repeat the same action every day. Because repetitive work is easily outsourced, the wealthy never subscribe to it. Instead, they concentrate on the big problem because the bigger problem you solve, the more money you make. Instead of delivering a newspaper, they build an entire website for online content. Rather than answering the phone for someone, they invent software that could generate automated messaging. See how all these innovations produce the same outcome but require less hassle? That's how you make yourself rich, by coming up with innovative and income-generating products. Number 8. Maximize the income instead of minimizing the expenses. One major difference between the rich and the poor is that poor people are generally focused on lowering expenses as much as possible, to the point that life isn't worth living anymore. On the other side of the spectrum, the rich tend to prioritize the growth of their income instead of being concerned about expenses. Do you think wealthy people care whether they spend $5 to $10 on a cup of coffee or $30 on a movie? It would be ridiculous if they are. Instead of worrying about this stuff, rich people keep their focus on increasing the quantity of money streaming towards their bank accounts. The point here is that if you drastically raise your income, you'll have a lot of money left over at the end of the month. This may appear strange to some of you, but the truth is, teaching your kids to spend less would not bring you anywhere near financial success. How to make more money should be the bottom line, as it is one of the most important lessons a parent can teach their child. Number 9. Building connections with people. Confidence and good communication skills are one of the things rich parents instill in their kids. They let their children mingle with society before they reach the age of 4. This is not even a joke. How many of you knew how to make friends at 3 years old? Well, it definitely comes with a good benefit. Rich parents believe that if their child is socialized at a young age, other children will want to play with him. This has a huge ripple effect throughout life. People will like you and want to be around you, which will open doors for you that might not have opened if you were shy and afraid of people's attention. Number 10. There's no other person responsible for your success but yourself. While some people tend to think that the world owes them everything, the rich acknowledge the fact that the world does not revolve around them. As a rule, rich people used to take responsibility for many issues in their lives. They work and fix their problems without depending too much on other people. They are sure that their success is a question of their own efforts. Being taught that kind of mindset from the first days of living, the children start to follow it and rely only on their own forces in their further life. That's our list of 10 lessons rich parents teach their kids that the poor usually don't. What valuable life lesson did your parents instill in you when you were young? Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel if you haven't yet. We'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching!